Hello, this is Access tutorial for case problem 1. First we have to create a form using the form wizard corresponding to the student table, and then they want all the fields, so use the double arrow. Should be columnar layout, and the table should be called student data. Then we have to apply the clarity theme, so we have to go in layout view, and then under theme right click on clarity and then apply theme to the subject only. Then we have to edit the title, we have to enter a space, and we also have to change the color of the font to blue-gray accent 4 lighter 40, and this is the one. Next we have to use the find command, so under home, find, type the name that you want to find, in this case is Telly, and then find next and close. Then we have to change his address to 304 Forest Avenue, so we have to go back into form view. And then in step 6 we have to enter a new student, so go to the last record and then move one over until you have an empty one, and then type in everything. So I'm going to pause the video and then come back when I'm done typing. So here is a new entry, all typed in, and now we just have to save and close the sheet. And then we have to use the form wizard again to create a form containing a main form and a sub form, and they want to use all the fields from the teacher table, so use a double arrow to move them all over, and then from the contract table we have to use contract ID, student ID, and lesson type. And then form with subform has to be selected. They want data sheet layout, and then the names should be contracts by teacher, and this should be contract subform with no space. Then we have to change the title, we have to add spaces, and for that we go into layout view, small b, and then space, and then we have to change all the boxes to have a dotted border. So go in format, shape outline, line type, dot. And by the way, to select all of them I just held down control button or shift, they both work. Then we have to resize all the columns in the subform, so this is the subform, select it, make it a little bigger to make sure everything fits, and then select the entire table and then double click when you see the two-headed arrow. And then they want us to go through all the sheets to make sure that everything fits correctly, and it does. Then we have to save it and close it. Next we have to use the report wizard to create a report based on the student table and the contract table. So from the student we need student ID, first name and last name, and home phone. And from the contract table we need all the fields except student ID, start date and end date, so we put these back. Click next. We don't need any grouping levels. Then we have to sort it ascending by contract ID. We have to do outline and landscape, and then the table should be called student contracts. And click finish. And the report opens in print preview, so we can close this. And then we have to go in layout view, and we have to apply the Clary theme again. So right click, apply theme to this object only. Then we have to resize the title box to make sure everything fits, so click on it and just drag it over, and then add a space. And then we have to change the font color for it. So under format, the same one like we did before, blue gray, accent 4, lighter 40. Now I'm going to resize the contract ID box, so click it, and then with the double arrow pull to the left, and same thing for the lesson length. And then at the bottom we want to make sure that the page number fits within the page, and it does, but I'll just to make sure I'll move it a little bit over. Now we have to insert the piano picture, and that's under design, logo. You have to go look for it and wherever you have it saved. And we have to move it over to the right. And then we have to apply conditional formatting for the lesson costs. So select it, and then under format, conditional formatting, they want anything greater than 200, so we have to apply a new rule. Value is greater than, type 200, and then this has to be bold and in maroon 5, and then click OK and OK again. And then they want us to preview the entire report to confirm that it is formatted correctly. So go in report view and just scroll to make sure everything is correct. So that's 280, it's formatted, 260, and so on. And in the last step, we have to save and close this report, and then we have to compact and repair a database. And this is the end of this tutorial.